maybe you have read or heard contradicting opinions around dairy and you wish to clarify the true nutrition value of it, to know if you should or should not consume it, how often, or should you actually completely go against it. You see, with the exception of milk, all other forms of dairy are processed, meaning they are processed foods, they are not whole. Milk in its whole unprocessed form is full fat, because nobody took a part of the fat, and it is highly nutritious as nobody has boiled it, thus reducing also many important nutrients and enzymes. So when it comes to cream, butter, or ice cream, which are all cream in different forms, they are free from the protein casein, meaning even if you have sensitivities to cow's milk, you can probably consume cow's liquid cream, cow's cream in the form of butter, or cream in iced format. Because the protein is not there, your body is not going to identify it as an hazardous product. But how do antibodies start in the first place? Most people have consumed a lot of milk from not so healthy, typically cows, and thus they create sensitivities over the time. And some people think it's a genetic sort of issues, but I personally am under the idea that it has far more to do with consuming processed forms of milk and consuming it in a different state, for example, chilled, cooled, or too much warmed, meaning you actually put it under a process. Milk naturally is a baby's food and is consumed at body temperature. And because it's baby's food, it's unnatural for an adult to be consuming it. It has the casein protein, but more importantly, it has casomorphin, meaning it has a morphine addictive compound that makes us want more and more and more. Maybe you're not even thinking about cheese, but once you start eating it, oh boy, you want more and more and more. If you truly feed yourself with a high nutritional diet around raw whole animals, you will mostly never feel the need or wish for any form of dairy. But if you are nutritionally void, you'll probably crave any of these. Most vegans crave cheese and they start consuming all different ways to remind them of the taste, texture, and smell of cheese. And thus, we just clarify that it's not a natural food for adult humans, only baby's food, depending on the species of the mother. If it's a mother human, it's baby human food. If it's mother cow, it's baby cow's food. So what about the lactose? Forget about the lactose. Lactose is irrelevant. Lactose is the sugar. Who cares? Sugar has no problem. What has a problem in terms of inflammation significantly is the casein when you are sensitive to it. So if you switch your milk for some high quality sheep or goat's milk or any other form of dairy, you might have absolutely zero problems. Because typically those animals are healthier, by the way, but also you're going against a protein that your body might recognize as hazardous, not because the protein is hazardous, but because when a product does harm inside your body, and cheap forms of this can do so, your body takes a snapshot, a mugshot of the criminal, and what is recorded is the protein. So I can tell you that it is good, not great, but it is good to consume raw milk or yogurt or cheese or cream or butter or ice cream for as long as you have zero antibodies to it. You have problem with cows products, try goats or sheep or any other form of buffalo, for example. Just try, even though buffalo might actually be very similar to this casein process. It's good, it's not great, it might give you a belly. It is made for the rapid growth and the actual rapid aging of babies. So don't expect it to be ideal. If you can only find boiled, so-called pasteurized or ultra pasteurized or UHT, ultra high temperature, don't bother consuming it. It's completely waste of time. You might say, oh, but I found, for example, at Aldi, some goat's Greek yogurt. It's organic, etc. Try it, see how you feel. Maybe because you have zero antibodies, even though it's not raw, you might do okay, but know that you're paying a high price for a very low quality product in terms of nutrition, not in terms of toxicity, because it's not raw anymore. People got problems with milk not because it's being boiled, but because it's toxic. Because even if you boil it, you can still get poisoned. What about these casein-free options? Liquid cream, cream in the form of butter, or iced cream. If it's raw, it's great. Raw, organic, etc., grass-fed, pretty good. But please know that it's not ideal, it's still an unnatural food. If you want to go for something ideal, something awesome, you have to go for the fat within the meat of an healthy animal. That's the only natural form to get your fat intake. If you consume the fat around the muscle meat, the fat around the organs, some people don't mind the taste, the fat in the tissues like the brain, you are already getting enough fat for your diet. If that's not enough, ask the butcher. Most people don't want the fat, so you can buy extra fat. It's still ideal to do so instead of going on this route. If once in a while you wish to consume this, it's not gonna age you significantly, it's not gonna give you a belly just because you are consuming any form of this, as long as they are from healthy animals and you have zero antibodies. But because of the case of morphine, I am not sure, who knows, if you might get withdrawal symptoms afterwards. Because you introduced something, your body got addicted, then you stopped it. Do you need to do a wean off? Do you need to slowly wean off it or not? I'm not sure. And there you have it. Should you consume dairy? It depends on your case. It depends on if you have access to high quality raw meats and raw fats from healthy animals, then don't. Just literally don't. If you don't have access to it, sure, consume it, especially if it's raw. If you have antibodies to it, completely forget about it. And yeah, please know that it's not natural, it's baby's food, and it's gonna hate you. Thanks for watching.